So thank you again for meeting with me to go over the ASQ for Georgie. The purpose of this conference is to go over the analysis and kind of the results of the questionnaire. So to start off with, Georgie does really well with his fine motor or his little muscles. Um, Although he wasn't wanting to stack the toys along with us during the questionnaire, um, it's something that you can do at home with him, and it's like a fun game that you can do with him. So basically, you can grab any of his toys that are stackable. You can get, the child-sized Legos that he has at home, and you can actually stack those with him up. You can play with his building blocks that he has at home as well, and you can just build those up and align them up and stack them up with him, and that'll really help with his little muscles. Another thing that you can do at home with him to kind of really uh, build up his little muscles would be playing with clay along with him. Um, and kids really seem to enjoy smashing it and mashing it up and pounding and squeezing it. And so that's something that they can do, that he can really have fun doing some clay art. And alongside with him, that's something that y'all can do together. That would be a really fun game for him. If at any point you have any questions, please let me know, and we can go over those. One thing that Georgie does need a little more help on is his communication skills. So a couple of games that we can use to really build up his skill there would be a game called Where Is It? Or What Is It? And then also a name game. So for Where Is It, you can get like a magazine, or I know he has a lot of books at home. A large picture book. He has plenty of those, what we were talking about in our first meeting. And you can ask him questions like, where is the doggy? All these picture books are, the ones he has at home have large pictured characters, whether they're dogs, whether they're animals, people or places. And that is something that, along with him during reading time and for bedtime, that's something that you can really make into an interactive game with him. So he can start pointing out to you. He may not repeat the word, but at least this is something that you can point out. And on the book, where's dog, like you can ask, where's a doggy? He can start learning what a dog looks like. And then you can also see if he will repeat the words back to you. And that's just something that, again, is interactive. And you already do bedtime routines with him. And that's something that is make it a little more interactive and still be like a little fun game for them. Another thing that you can do.
Yeah, I know, because right now, because he is very much into pointing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he likes to, anything he sees that he wants my attention, he does tap my shoulder or my chest until I pay attention to him, and then he gives like a pointing signal to whatever it is he's trying to get me attention to. And whenever he does that, I like to tell him, oh, like, what is that? And then if he doesn't know, then of course I say it, and then he tries to, I guess, like mimic in a way the sounds that I'm giving.
Yeah.
Like fish, and then he'll go like, shh, things like that.
So that really actually that really ties in with the game. What is it?
Right.
You can pick out different toys, or when he's pointing out items to you, you could ask, well, what is it? And or as you're saying, like you're pointing out, okay, it's a fish. Can you say fish? And it's that repeat. It's that interactive game that makes it fun for the child. And then, of course, I know you say that whenever you do reading time with them, you do a lot of character voices. So, doing things in fun voices for him, for Georgie, will really make it a little more fun. Another thing you can do is really focus, and hone in on describing, a lot of his toys. So if he's pointing to his cars, or you're pointing, oh, is that your red car? And so he can start learning to, the different colors. or it's a big car or a small car, and he can start learning how to differentiate different. He can start seeing the differences in different categories, like big, small, different colors. And again, that is just extending that game, the what is game. Another game that would be kind of fun for him to do, if you have a photo album or if you want to make a photo album, this would be like a really fun interactive game, and get pictures of your immediate family with get their picture and get their name, and at night or during the day you can pull out the photo album, and you can start pointing out to picture of grandma Flor.
Yeah.
That's one of his grandmas. Grandma Diana, another one of his grandmas. Grandpa George, Grandpa Jose, and he can start copying those words with you, and it also helps him learn and recognize more faces.
Right.
So that's another game. The good thing about all these different games, about the what is it and the where is it and the name game, you can do all of these with items that you have in your home, and you don't necessarily have to go and purchase more things. For the name game, if you have photos in a photo album on your phone, you can also go through it and scroll with him, and you can do that with him as well. Georgie did do well with gross motor, so his bigger muscles. He doesn't climb the stairs by himself yet, and that's okay. But one thing that you can do to help encourage him is, instead of picking him up to climb up the stairs, you can actually walk the stairs with him. So
Right.
putting like a toy, the toy stairs, it's another different game. Putting his favorite toy, taking him outside, putting his favorite toy at the top of the stairs, and with him, walking up the stairs to it. And then same thing, going down the stairs, instead of carrying him down the stairs, hold his hand and help him walk down the stairs, kind of building that confidence. Another game that was really fun for him, for his little larger muscles on his legs especially, would be the jumpy jump game. And this is another fun game that you can do. I know you said that his favorite show is Bluey, and there's a lot of music in the show. So, when the dancing part comes out, you can hold onto his hands and start jumping with him and kind of mimicking that with him. And that will really build his confidence and build those larger muscles that we want to tone in his little legs. Do you have any questions regarding like helping with his larger muscles?
No, just I know that right now he is starting to get more confident with the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what he does is he sits, and then he puts his legs on the next step, and then he slides, and that's how he goes down at the moment. Whenever he's trying to go up, he does need that initial push.
Mm-hmm.
So I grab his hand, and then he takes his first step, and then the second, and then once he's fully on the step, he kind of does like a crawling method to climb up the stairs.
So with you holding his hand, going up and down the stairs, that'll really build his confidence, instead of like sitting and scooting down or crawling up the stairs. It'll really help build his confidence of, working those larger muscles to walk down the stairs and walk up the stairs,
Right.
instead of him crawling and scooting down the stairs. So that's really great practice.
Okay.
Another good thing that he did, or another couple of fun games that could really further help him, with his little development and other little skills, are like the pretend games. Continuing those pretend games with him, getting a so like you could what you can do is you can get like the little stuffed animals that he has around the house, and pretend they're babies. That's a fun pretend game with the kids that kind of really help build those skills for them. You can also do a lot of pretend games, like with blocks, and pretending their phones or pretending their hats with the little buckets that he has around the house. But really building up his confidence. A lot of these games are building his confidence in different skills, and we just want to encourage him to continue that and continue exploring his imagination, and all of that really builds up on all his little all the skills that he needs to further develop.
Right.
Do you have any questions so far, or any additional questions?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, so again, a lot of those games are really easy because they're with stuff that you already have at home. The biggest game would be the what is it and the where is it game. But other than that, he's a really cute little kid, and you know he's as a 2-year-old, he's you know he's really developing along where you want him to be. So continuing encouraging him with his imagination, and all these interactive and physical games will really help him go far. So thank you again for meeting with me. I really appreciate you letting me do this part of my course. So do you have any last questions before we end?
I guess just at the current age that he's at, the main focus is what, like the what is, or is it more like the muscles?
He did a good job. He could always use more encouragement, or not encouragement, I'm sorry. He could always build up his little muscles and his larger muscles more. But the biggest area that he needed a little more help on was the communication. So really focusing on the where is game, the what is it game. You know, again, with the books that you already have at home, with the toys that you already have at home as well, those games are really kind of easier to incorporate in your normal routine. And so those are going to be fun ways for him to build those communication skills. So his communication skills are where you really want to hone in and focus a lot of your work on with him.
Okay.
Well, thank you again for meeting with me, Mr. Castillo. I appreciate it.
Of course.